We are back with our podcast series and our Lady of the Hour, Wendy Scott, joining us here today, our Professional of the Year. She's a closet designer at Timeless Closets and Cabinetry, based out of New Jersey, but she's helping clients all over. And I love when she brings on guests to showcase her work, her talents, and her friendships. So we are excited to have her today, and a very special guest too. Hello.
Good morning, Jill. We are honored to have Richie DeMarco, who has been a long time known as the mayor of hardware.
Ooh,
Don't
wow.
oversell, Wendy. Don't oversell.
The mayor of hardware. Tell us a little more about Richie.
So Richie and I met through the AC. Actually, Richie was my sales rep. He is probably the longest person I've known in the closet industry
Oh my gosh.
and
Okay.
one of my closest friends. So he
Ah,
was first a sales rep. He's probably unofficially still a sales rep, but Richie, you tell us what you do for Richelieu so I don't get you in trouble.
all right.
Well, I
Welcome,
appreciate that.
Richie.
I will always be your sales rep, Wendy, for sure.
Aw.
Yeah, so I'm responsible for the U.S. closet segment for Richelieu across the United States. So,
Wow.
products, things like that. I travel around, work with the franchises, and work and mentor the local sales reps. And I get to leverage my relationships like this, Wendy, and Wendy will call me with a fire drill at 4:30 on a Friday, and I'll fix it.
Wendy
Um,
has no boundaries.
Wendy has no boundaries. Yes, Wendy and I've been in this industry for about close to 25 years, and I've probably known Wendy for just about every minute of that. So
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Okay, hold on. How do we contact you, both of you? I need the contact information.
So Richie, you go first.
email is the best way. It's going to be my name, so it's R DeMarco, DEMARCO at Richie Lou, and I can spell Richie Lou for you. RICHELIEU.com.
Beautiful. And Wendy?
And me, Timeless Closets and Cabinetry. That is my website, my email, my website. I'm sorry, my website, my Facebook, and my Instagram, Wendy at timelesscc.com or 908-975-9381.
Beautiful. All right. So what do we have in store for today? Where are we starting?
Today, we're going to talk about lighting in the closet. And Richie has been my go-to for lighting from day one. And he does have a PowerPoint if we can do a share screen and let him have access.
Absolutely. Do you have access? It should be granted automatically. Check.
Yes, it does. Yep, I'm
Great.
doing that right now. Hang on a second. Let's.
While he's setting up, we're going to do a little bit of technical and then we'll get to the eye candy.
Love it. I love it.
Eye candy. Okay. I'm
I
already
like.
on screen, Wendy. What do you mean? Hold on a second.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on.
And
Hold
now
on.
you know the real Richie.
How
Hold
sweet.
on. Hold on. All right, here we go. Screen one, and then we'll.
So Richie is the reason that I'm on the ACSP. He was the very first person when he
Mm-hmm.
was incoming president said, "Hey, you'd be a good fit. You should
Mm-hmm.
join." And so that is how I really got involved in the association. So
Okay.
he is also a past president,
All right.
um, just like I am. Go for it,
Okay.
Richie. You're up.
All right, I'm up. So you can see my screen now, I hope.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Illuminating your space. And it was very tight on the font. You get three eyes. It looks like three eyes in a row. So I
Uh-huh.
had to pick this silly font. So I got an I and two L's. It was a challenge for me. But anyway, so what we'll start with is we'll go through. Come on, let's move. So we're going to start with some of the boring stuff first, Wendy.
Yes.
And that's going to be popular terms, right? So a lot of times, a lot of these terms come up. Nobody really knows what they mean, and it's really simple. Some people overthink it. There are three main terms that that I really think you need to be concerned about. Wattage is the first one, and that's really just the amount of energy it takes to power a bulb. So when you guys are laying out your lighting and putting it in a closet section, you need to know how much watts you need or you're using, so that you know what power supply or driver that's going to operate that. The next one is volt, 12 volt versus 24 volt. And that's the amount of energy that's consumed. And we'll get into more 12 volt versus 24 volt real quickly, and I'll show you the differences. And the last one is the beam or the angle of the LED. And you can see in the photo next to you, this is actually one of your jobs, Wendy. And you can
Yes.
see you have these puck lights, and they're spotlighting they're spotlighting the bookshelf, but you could see the beam of the light. You could see the dark spots in the corner.
Yeah.
Every light, whether it's a puck or a tape or whatever, has that sort of triangle kind of beam to it.
Wow. I've
Super
learned so
important.
much already. I had no idea this intense. I think light in the closet. Light. No, there's
Not
a
anymore. And if you're not doing lighting in the closet as a closet designer or an interior designer who's specking this out, you're out of your mind. It is not as scary as it seems because, people like Richie know what they're doing and can guide you through that.
Clearly, look
100%.
behind him, the
You
beautiful
know,
array.
exactly. And if you leave it up to the electrician after you leave, the electrician doesn't care about your
Hmm.
cabinetry or your closets, and they're just going to put holes everywhere, and it's not going to be attractive. And it's going to cost your client probably more and not look as good. So here's more on the 12 volt versus 24 volt. And you could see, again, Wendy, this is one of your jobs here. And you can see it's sort of a beam of light. The 12 volt gives you that dot effect. 24 volt allows the diodes to be closer together. There's
Okay.
also something now called chip on board where it's seamless. The 12 volt, the diodes can't be as close and the bulbs don't have enough room to spread. So you get this dot effect and it looks like 1987. All the new lights now are 24 volt. Yeah,
Okay.
anything that you're doing should absolutely be 24 volt right now, for sure.
Okay.
You get a longer life, 50,000 hours, and hopefully, Wendy, you and I will both be retired by all of these lights. Time all these lights go out, 50,000 hours in a closet. If you're using it 8 hours a day, it's like 17 years. So,
Oh my gosh.
and we know yes, and we know that
Yeah.
closets are not, you're not using lighting in closet for 8 hours a day. So
Yeah. Okay.
we'll have long sailed off into the sunset by then. Jill, you'll be doing this podcast with somebody else by then, maybe.
I'm 46. I'm right there, guys. Stop. Stop.
Oh, you guys are the same age.
Yes. Well, that's the age I lie that I am about. Sure. 100%.
Oh,
Little
okay, cool.
secret.
So
Oh,
the
this is
next
getting
thing that always
good.
comes up, the next thing that always comes up, Wendy, is lighting temperatures. And you and I had a discussion about this yesterday,
Yes.
actually, running through the notes. So go ahead, Wendy. You tell me what's your go-to when you walk into a home?
Honestly, so when I'm with a client, I'm like, or what are you going to do in your house? Like, what's the chandelier going? Is it going to be a warm or is it going to be cool? And that's what's important so that, if you want to match the lights that you're going to put in the cabinetry. But the other thing is like what's behind me is white. So I'm not going to do a warm light because it's going to make everything I did look dirty.
No.
And then the opposite with a wood grain, you do want that to be a warmer light so that it shows the grain of the wood, faux wood. And Richie, you can take off on that on more because what's warm and what's bright, that's my terminology. I have no idea what that means. I just call up Richie and I'm like, I have brown cabinets going in. All right, Wendy, this is what you need. So that's, you got to know why and what equals the warm and the cool, or the warm and the bright in my world. But go for it, Rich.
Yeah. So you can see on the spectrum here, the lower the number, the warmer, or the yellower the light. As you go higher, it gets more cool, or that bluish
Okay.
light. Think the Apple Store. The Apple Store
Yes.
is
Yes.
bright, 5,000 K. There's a big trend now coming from Europe where the colors are the tones are getting warmer. So it used to be 3,000 K, now it's 2,700 K. And that's, to me, that's more of living spaces. The neutral or daylight, which is the most popular, is 4,000 K. And that's where you see a lot of designers when they're trying to get the true color of something, they go by the
Yeah.
window, get sunlight. That 4,000 K kind of mimics that. And to me, it's the easiest way to tell blue socks from brown socks, or black socks from brown socks in the closet. And from a function standpoint, I think that makes the most sense. There is now also the new lights coming to the market. A lot of the suppliers sell either tunable or demotion, so where it goes from warm to cool. So the homeowner can now play with it on a dial. So it's one item, you
So you
put
could
it in.
choose.
So you could choose, right? So if one day you feel warm, that's great, and the next day you feel cool, you could change it up and go back and forth if you like.
What about colors? Do we have like holiday colors in there too? Can we make it red, green?
No
No, no,
holiday
no.
colors, no holiday. You have to go to Amazon for that.
Got it.
But there was an RGB going for a while, right? Where you could turn it to Tiffany blue or hot Barbie pink.
There was, when years ago, right? When lighting first, I
Right.
remember when they told us we were going to sell lighting in closets, I thought they were all out of their minds. And lighting is actually our quickest growing segment right now.
Figure.
But there was a lot of colors. Yeah, and you're right, Wendy. You were able to program it to a specific, T-Mobile pink or something, right? Or, Burger King orange. There is still available. I don't think it's really as prevalent now as it used to be. You know what I mean? Like I said,
Right.
maybe my daughter's room, she wants green lights around the bedroom. We do that from Amazon, but nothing
Uh-huh,
crazy.
those LED tape lights. Yep.
What is the most
Um,
popular color right now as far as the wattage?
I still say neutral. Neutral's the
Neutral.
4000K far and away.
Okay.
And it really is because, when you're in a kitchen, you're trying to, it's a workspace, it's going underneath the cabinets, you're trying to see when you're in the closet. Like I said, just being able to
Mm-hmm.
tell black socks from blue socks is a big deal. So to me, neutral is the easiest. But you're right, Wendy, this picture that I'm sharing now, you can see on the left, you have the warm, and you can see how it kind of washes the gray wall out a little bit, but it
Mm-hmm.
definitely brings out the tones in the wood. And then on the right, you've got the daylight or neutral, and it's the true color. The walls look nicer, but maybe the wood looks a little bit toned down. To me, I think it
Right.
might be. I think it's personal preference. I think, do you prefer contemporary, traditional? I think
Okay.
the neutral looks more contemporary, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys have a feeling about that? We're all the same age here, right? So
Yeah,
let's.
and I'm wondering, is this your living room? Is this yours, Richie? I'm jealous. Whose house is this?
I wish it was. No.
Oh my God. I don't know. I think I like I don't know. See, it's funny. I have like the LED lights from Costco hanging on my outside in my yard, right? Hanging on the fence. And they're like
Okay.
that cool color, right?
Mhm.
And they're the warm color. But then I have two lanterns that don't match and they're the cool color. So my neighbor says, I don't like those. They're too bright compared to the other ones that are warm. And I'm like, I know I need to switch one or the other. So but I don't know.
Right.
I think I like the bright because bright is like a subtle bling, and then the
Okay.
warmer feels dirty.
Or
I
older or
think
cozier?
cozier. That's the word.
Cozy. All
That's
right,
what I
I'll go
said.
with cozy instead of dirty.
Blingy and cozy. Okay.
Yes, agreed.
Blingy and cozy.
I like that. I like that. There we go. We're making our own terminology.
New industry terms.
I'm trying to move. Let's go, slide. There we
All
go.
good.
So choosing the fixture, this always comes up. And actually, Wendy, you and I were just at a conference, and
Oh, you were there.
yes, we were both there together. We both were speakers at
Oh,
different topics, and actually, it came up a lot where somebody said, pucks are going away, and tape and linear light is where it's at. So I
wow.
actually have a slide here with two different. It's very similar wall units, and you can see one to the left is lit with a linear light or
Yeah.
tape, and the right is your puck light.
Ooh.
Um, I don't know. I think I don't think pucks are going away anytime soon. I think they're
No.
too easy to install, and I think they do serve a purpose, especially when it comes to spotlighting. Guy Wendy,
Highlighting.
They're
Yeah.
also more cost friendly.
way
Okay.
more cost effective. Way more cost effective.
You as far as to put in the lighting in the closet, it's pretty expensive. You don't have to do the entire closet. You could just do parts, or you could
Mm-hmm.
just do a linear single light going around. But when you're lighting something up, what's to the left versus to the right, I'm going to say to the right is probably a third of the cost.
Wow.
100%.
Just a rough guess, Richie.
Good to know.
You think?
100%. And I think the labor, even it's not even the cost
Yeah.
of it's the labor involved. Once you start running lighting left to right versus up and down, it gets really tricky way to put all those wires. And with the pucks, it's a heck of a lot easier because you're just popping the wires and you're getting them back behind there, especially if you were just doing the top cabinets and
I
not
feel
doing
like this creates a mood as well. Like the one on the right is just highlighting individual pieces.
Yeah.
Whereas, which is kind of like, these are my trophies, these are the things I care about. And it's highlighting specific placed pieces, whereas the other one is kind of giving you that mood
Yeah.
going across.
And I think, like you said, I think it's all about budget. The one to
Yeah,
the left
huge.
does have the lighting back against the back towards the back of the shelf, where a lot of times we see people put it towards the front of the shelf,
Right.
or at least in the middle when you're running it horizontally. So that's also a judgment
Factor.
call,
Yeah.
depending on the look that you're going for or what you're trying to achieve. Yeah, so I personally, I don't think pucks are going away anytime soon. I think they're way too cost effective, and I think they look good. It's all a
Yeah.
budget thing,
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of pucks this year.
right? And from a place within, like you said, when they're on a closet, not everybody has a budget to light up and down every vertical. So to just do that oversized top shelf, put tape across it, and for a fraction of the price, you get the same effect. There's generally always a light in the
Yeah.
room. You'll get that cool effect. The lights are so much brighter now that it will wash the whole closet, and it's a really easy way for a homeowner and a customer to get lighting into the closet and increase their average sale, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're all here to make a living. So,
No.
um, Wendy, you asked me to bring this up, so I was lucky
Yes.
enough. I missed Closet Con this year. It was the first Closet Con that I've missed ever. It was heartbreaking. But I did get to go to Italy. So so it was Italy or Chicago, and I chose Italy.
Good
Um,
choice.
so we went to a show called Euro Cucina or Salone de Mobile,
Wow.
and I'm butchering that. But but you know, it was really interesting when we were there. First of all, it's the biggest show in the world. It happens every 2 years, and it's like 30 IWFs, Wendy. I mean, there's 30 buildings the size of the IWF, 15 on the left, 15 on the right. It's just a strip, and millions of people show up. But every display was lit top to bottom. And the way we like displays here, or the way we use lighting a lot in the US, is for function. You know, underneath cabinets, inside cabinets, spotlighting stuff.
Hmm.
The first thing you noticed when we walked into the show in Italy was it was part of the design element. Like I know this is a kitchen, but the lighting's on the front edge. We've never seen that anybody do anything like that in the United States. And then even on the closet systems, you can see it's a lot of backlighting where it's
Yeah.
not really functional. It's just for look or the feel or the vibe. You know,
Yeah.
there's other lighting in the room, and it just kind of gives you a feel when you walk in, which I thought was really unique. And we don't see that really yet in the US.
Ooh.
But what happens in Europe usually ends here a year or two later.
Well, they used to say 5 to 7. Now they say
Okay.
3 to 5. Everything is getting closer and closer together. So I would
Okay.
say, yeah, I would say probably about 3 years, 2 to 3 years, we should start to see some of these trends come. The next slide, this was really something really cool that I wanted to show you guys. So this light here, this looks like there's a bunch of lighting strips inside it. There's just one light strip in here, but it's fluted glass. It gave it
Okay.
such a cool look, right, Wendy? Yeah, so it's
Oh my
fluted glass.
gosh.
What a cool different look, right?
Wow.
Really unique. And just by changing the glass inside your door, you can give a total different effect.
Yeah. It's giving me a headache though. I feel like it's blurry. Like
You
those
think
wine
so?
glasses are blurry.
Well, I'm
But
not the
no,
best photographer, Jill,
no, no,
so
no. But I'm
that
sure it
could be
looks
part
better
of
in
it.
person. But okay.
Um, but no, it was really cool. It was unique. The other thing here, and I've got another picture in the presentation that shows this, but this one was really cool. It was the verticals were shorter than the shelves, and the lights were going up and down the verticals. We don't really design like that in the United States.
No.
Um,
Yet.
no, and I know, and it looks strange, but then after you look at it for a little bit, you're like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was interesting, and I just wanted to share that because I thought it's something that you really don't see in the U.S. And then the last picture, here's another one where you can see the up and the down light. This is just total for design. There's no function. It's not giving you, it's not creating anything for you. You wouldn't go there to read or anything like that. This is just total function. And again, this is just stuff that we're not seeing here yet. And I know it's going to be coming. There's no doubt about it.
Just creating the mood.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know we do toe kick lighting here, right? And you know, in some of your higher end homes, when you have a closet with a master bedroom with a closet, a walk through closet to a bathroom, sometimes you'll use that toe kick light as a night light, or maybe up light. It'll be on a motion sensor or something to help you guys, you know, as a night light. But that's really it. We don't see any of this really in the designs.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay, Wendy, go ahead. Vertical versus horizontal.
Oh,
You want to start?
Okay. So right smack in the center is one of my projects.
That's right. Uh-huh.
And you can see how the light is affecting each piece. So you've got the vertical
Yep.
on the left, and then the horizontal, or the not the horizontal, but you've got the pug lights. So again, it talks about how much is being lit up and the purpose of the light and what it's doing. The other thing is, you know, the location of the light. So the one on the right also has a strip. That's a strip light, right?
This is your strip light. Yeah. So this
But
is the
oh,
horizontal
this is the
system.
other one. This is
This
the
is the
magic one.
horizontal system, right? So I wanted to bring that in so this way we could have that discussion as well because, you know.
So he's lighting up in this photo every shelf, which is really cool. And what that strip is actually power. So
Correct.
you can move the
Oh.
shelf and it's going to light everything up. So you're not normally when we're lighting up shelves, we are putting that shelf and we're never moving it ever again because all the wires are going
Yeah.
into and tucking and being hidden. This is a new way where that strip on the side is actually
wow.
like a power connector. you can kill me for slaughtering that. I
No,
apologize.
it's yes, you're 100%
So
right.
you
Go
can
ahead.
move the shelves freely, and as soon as you click it in, it's going to light up again. And then the
So
left
yeah,
one,
so I
that's
want so
yeah.
so on the right, so that horizontal system, and it's funny one because we always we have the 32 millimeter system in closets, and we talk about the beauty of the adjustability. I've never seen a shelf moved in my house ever. I don't know. I don't know.
Right. So
Jill,
who's really going to?
do you move the shelves in your kitchen or in your closet? No. Those are,
No.
you're just gonna put something else on a different shelf, right? If the shoe doesn't
Yeah.
fit or the stack of clothes don't fit, you're moving it someplace else. You're not moving anything. So I think it is
Wendy
a
might be different with the 167 pairs of shoes or
Well,
something.
Jill,
Like,
just for the record, I bought 2 more pair.
oh my gosh. Did we say 170 now? And I'm sure it's like 170.
Well, the dog ate one, which means I will buy another two, and that will hit me at 170. But I do adjust these shelves because I got to make room for more all the time. But more to what Richie is saying, the more glamorous the
Mm-hmm.
piece, like whether it's a feature piece like what's in the center photo or
Mm-hmm.
one of the really high-end glamour closets, I'm not putting holes anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no
right.
adjustability. You tell me where you want to put it, and it's going to stay there forever because it no offense, but the holes are not very pretty. So when you're spending a large amount and making a really glamorous piece and you're lighting the living daylights out of
Yeah.
it, like what's behind Richie, you're not moving your shelves at all.
Oh my
Right.
goodness. Yeah.
And it does require a lot of drilling and routing. I think this is cool in a commercial space. I think there is a market for that. If you're doing a store fixture or something where they really need to worry about shelving heights, but for a homeowner, yeah, I think up and down the verticals are easy enough. And here you can see, so this is up and down the verticals. And I always say if the customer has the budget, this is the easiest on the installers, easiest on the shop. It just makes so much more sense. I know that we constantly have the discussion or the argument or the debate, I should say. Debate's a better word.
Mm-hmm.
Of should you be lighting when you're lighting a hanging section? Do we want to
Uh-huh.
light our clothing from the top down or left to right? And I purposely use both of these pictures so you guys could see. So here it is up and down the verticals, and you do have a little bit of a dark spot in the middle, but you can kind of see all the clothing.
Yeah.
Here you have lighting horizontally. Now you don't see the whole picture, but you can see it's a dark spot on the bottom. So no matter which way you go, in my opinion, you're going to have a dark spot. So
Okay.
why not just make it the easier way for the shop and the installer and just go up and down the vertical? That's just my 2 cents. I don't know, Wendy. When a homeowner asks you that, what do you do?
Where to put the lighting?
Yeah, no, when a homeowner says, I really want light up closet riser, I really want to light the clothing across the top. Do you try to talk them out of it, or do you say okay and you suck it up and you'll
20
deal with it?
years I've never done a light up rod because I don't want
Okay.
to hide those wires.
Right. It's
I
annoying.
Okay.
have one time put a shelf that lit up over a rod. But for
Okay.
the most part, I'm like, let's just do some strips or let's do that piece that extends out the front and light it up above so it pokes out the end, which is more cost effective. Yeah,
Mhm.
I will do everything in my power to sway you in the direction that I want you to be in.
Exactly. And I've been on your job sites. I mean, some of the closets you've built are bigger than my kitchen. So, they've got plenty of chandeliers. They've got all sorts of, hi-hats and stuff in the room where it really is just for the feel of that boutique feel. And
Right.
again, to me, I just think it makes more sense. Go up and down the verticals.
Beautiful.
Here we go. I did include a light up closet rod for you,
Ah.
Wendy. I thought
Oh,
we had to at least touch on it. I mean, people use
that's
them,
so
right?
cool.
I told you that I showed Jill my IWF picture. The one that she went, whoa, was when there was the
The acrylic
lucite rod that lit up.
Yes.
rod.
That's
I think that's a
beautiful.
bling. I think Jill has subtle bling though. So I think that's what got her there.
Yeah, but don't ask about my closet, Richie, because I told her it's horrific. I started cleaning it up, but it's very small. I don't know. I have to measure it, but it's like got like the wire like stuff that yeah.
Oh, wire. You got Wendy on the call. You need to update that, Jill. I mean,
Listen,
And you
Alana
know
and
what
I are going to
hangers
make
I
a
use, Richie? I have all like dry cleaner hangers
dry
because they're the
cleaner hanger.
thinnest. I know it's ghetto, but
No,
I,
no, it's
I focus on I'm focusing on other things. The pool right now, which I got done last year in due time. And I would love to knock down some walls and make space for like a real size closet like Wendy's, but one
I
day.
keep telling her to go in the attic or, put those kids together and take over a bedroom.
there you
Yes.
go. I told my daughter last year, I said, what do you want for Christmas? She said, you know what I want, Dad? I want a walk-in closet. She has a 3-foot reach in. I said, and where
Yep.
do you expect this walk-in closet? We're gonna build an extension on the side of the house. You're gonna walk-in
Just for
closet?
you,
Any
sweetheart,
mind?
right? Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Wow. Oh, I don't know. That's a cute kid, Richie. You give that girl
Hilarious.
anything she
Aw.
wants.
Anything she wants, yes. She just got a car. So so yeah, so light up closet rods. I agree, Wendy. Like in the first photo, going left to right with the wires, you know, a lot of the closet guys will add extra panels to hide the wires, to get it back to the power. It does become a challenge, personally. And then you're only lighting the hangers or the tops. You're spotlighting those dry cleaner hangers. Jill, I use the same ones. I don't know who has time to take the stuff off the hanger and put it on
Thank
another hanger. I'm too busy for that. But yeah, to me, it just, I don't see it. I don't see it. On the right, we do have, so there are a lot of systems out there. We see them on the coasts, New York, California, Florida, where it's these rail systems, and sometimes you don't have room to put lighting up and down, so the closet rod hangs from below. I guess that makes sense. If you want lighting, you have to put it someplace, but that would be the only place where I would say it's worth it, the way the juice is worth the squeeze, honestly. And even this one, the wire comes out the top, so at least you're going through the back of the shelf, and it's a little bit easier, not adding extra material. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion.
Awesome. We're almost out of time, guys. We got 2 minutes left. Sorry to
2
rush
minutes
you.
left. Oh, so we better
Yeah,
go fast.
yeah,
I was worried
yeah.
about
Go
time. I was
fast.
worried. All right. So the last couple of things are draw lights. Wendy, you've seen both of these. This was something from Euro Cucina, which I thought was really cool, is the light sunk into the draw face. They hid the wire underneath here with a channel. And when you open it up, it was awesome. It really was super, super functional. A lot of drilling and routing involved, but it was great. Switches, Wendy, you want to talk about switches?
Switches, it's just a matter of how do you want to turn it on and control it? Is it going through a master switch? Are you hooking it up to your Alexa so that you can run it from your phone? Or are you going to have like a little remote control that you can run it with? And that's important to know from the beginning, so all those decisions can